Is Linux really the right choice for you? If you wanted to know the answer, watch this video. Hey, welcome back to the channel. And if you're watching this, I understand you're planning on ditching Windows and transferring to Linux or to Linux. Well, if that would be the case, okay, so I understand most of you must have already made your research and check what kind of distribution, that's what they call in Linux, in the Linux world, on what kind of distribution that you can try. And I would guess number one is Ubuntu, number two is Linux Mint, and then the rest goes on. Now, in my case, in my opinion, this is just my honest opinion, I would highly suggest for you to use Linux Mint. Okay, but of course, but first, before we dive into the details, okay, why, why, why are you trying, or if you can you tell me what would be the reason why you would like to transfer to Linux, or why you would like to change the operating system? In my case, okay, if you have been watching this channel, following this channel, you have seen me install Mac operating system in my desktop. My desktop is a U1Z X79ZD3. So this is a very minimum spec computer compared to my daughter's computer. Okay, although this is a X79ZD3 with Intel Xeon 2620, 2 gigahertz, 6 threads, 12 cores, Intel CPU, and 16 gigs of ECC RAM with an 8 gigabytes of AMD RX 580 GPU. Now, I am unfortunately, I was able to install Windows 11. If I also have a video on that here on my channel, how I was able to install Windows 11 in my computer, or on for those computer without the what they call TPM, or trusted platform module. Now there are cases, or let's say if you have no idea of how to install the Windows 11 in your computer that don't have TPM, you will not be able to install Windows 11 on it. That will be Windows 10 will be the latest or the last version that you can install. It is same here in my case. My desktop, my computer can only I can only install without any modification or without any hacking mumbo jumbo and voodoo magic spell that I'm going to do on the operating system or in the ISO in order for me to install it in my computer, because the last one, or the last operating system latest that I can install here smoothly is Windows 10. And also even my daughter, I upgraded her computer into Windows 11, but there are games, especially Valorant. It was when she tried to run it and play it on Windows 11 that I installed in her computer. Valorant was asking for TPM, or the trusted platform was asking for this module, the TPM, this module. Okay, it was looking for it, and she was not able to play it because I bypassed the installation process, that the Windows 11 will be asking for the TPM. I was able to install it properly, but there are cases that at one point some of your applications or software will be looking for the TPM. Now, in this case, okay, and that's the case actually, the reason why I'm ditching Windows and Hackintosh. Okay, you have seen me installing the latest Mac OS Sequoia in my desktop. It's same desktop. Okay, this is the only computer that I have that I've been using for several years. Okay, I was able to install Mac OS Sequoia, but at one point I accidentally upgraded and I was not able to do a single I was not able to follow one of the instructions. I accidentally pressed the update and did not press the update on. I open core legacy patcher, and it crashed the whole thing. Okay, and I don't want to go to again to the whole process of reinstalling macOS Sequoia here in my desktop. So the easiest and the best way of getting the latest and the greatest software in your desktop. It can be in an old computer, or maybe not the latest computer, or the low specific spec computer that you have there lying in your just lying around in your house. You just you can install Linux, and I can guarantee it will run properly. Or there may be some cases that it will not run very smoothly on your computer, but that will be the case. But you can install, you can run it, and you can even run it in a USB drive without even installing it in your computer. Okay, now moving on. Okay, going back to our topic, why Linux Mint? Okay, in my experience, I have been distro hopping for several years, and there are times that I tried Ubuntu, I tried I tried Manjaro, I tried Linux Lite, I tried Fedora. I um, I dare not to try Arch Linux. Okay, it's well beyond my comprehension. Just the installation process, and I believe that's the reason why newbie or newbie, just like me, or those who were planning to transfer or to switch to Linux, it's just that's a deal breaker to them. They don't want, most of us newbie just like me, I don't want to touch or to run commands in my computer, because I have no idea what's going on. I just see mumble when I try to open up the terminal and type something on it. There are some commands that it's verified, verified. Let's say the installation process of software, like what I did in my previous video. That when I tried to run my uh, the uh, mirroring software in my computer. So I was not able to find it in the software package manager, and I took the risk of running and installing it via terminal. But there are cases that not most of us don't want to touch the terminal with the fear of messing up the whole system. Okay, now why Linux Mint? Okay, first of all, installation process. The uh, the the general user interface, or the GUI as they call it. Sure, am I correct? Is it called general? The GUI. Okay. So graphical, yeah, graphical user interface, of course. Graphical user interface during the installation process of Linux Mint. Okay, well, compared to Ubuntu, or Ubuntu is almost the same. Um, it's very it's very easy to understand what you're trying to do, or what are the options that you need to choose. Okay, there's still risk if you don't read it very well. There's still risk of deleting whatever is in your hard disk drive. So that's the reason why I always suggest that if you're planning to install Linux, or you would like to try to install Linux on your computer, install it in a separate drive. Okay, now this is just to be sure that, because it's way easier to install an Linux operating system, especially Linux Mint. I'll focus on Linux Mint. Okay. And by the way, I am not sponsored by Linux Mint. And by the way, thank you so much to the developer of Linux Mint. Because right now I have been running Linux Mint in my desktop for nearly a month. I have no problem. I recently updated to um, 22.1, and everything is just working flawlessly. So I'm thinking this must be, again, the year of the Linux. Okay, moving on. So from installation process, okay, we're on the installation process. Everything is very understandable, especially for the new user like me, and maybe to some of you already watch who saw Linus of Linus Tech Tips when he tried to install Manjaro. First is Papa OS. Okay, I believe there was a bug in Papa OS during the time when he installed it, or perhaps there is a part there that he forgot or he did not clearly understand when he tried to click something on it. It happens even to me, especially me. Well, considering Linus has been in working with computers for his entire life, and when he tried running Linux, trying to install Linux, because he wanted to see if Linux is for him, or if he can use Linux, or he can advise. He can recommend Linux to those who would like to use Linux. Okay, so his first priority is, I mean, the first priority I guess was to run games in Linux. Okay, now this is the part. Let's say when before you try to install, even try installing Linux on your computer. First, you need to identify what are you going to do with your computer. Okay, so let me show you my desktop. Okay, let me just move this around. This is my desk screen. So I am. Let me just minimize this. So I have a second screen right now, and I am using my iPad to have a very good view of what's going on. Okay, so let me show this to you. One moment. Let me first off, okay, so even before you try installing Linux on your computer, you can try it on your using the USB drive and install use make a bootable USB drive. It's very easy to make one, and even a grade schooler will understand how to create a USB bootable drive a Linux bootable USB drive. Very easy. Okay, so we're not going to go through that. Um, the deciding factor, in my opinion, in order for you to switch properly to Linux, honestly, I am not yet a Linux convert up to this time because this is the problem. There are still software that I am using that only runs on Mac and Windows. There's no alternative there's no alternative software yet and that is ported to Linux. Okay, and that is one of the things that you would have. That's just one of the things that you would have to consider if you're planning to transfer or to ditch Windows operating system, or perhaps if you're a Mac user. Number one, what are the things that you're doing in your computer? On my case, or in my case, I use my home computer for watching videos, um, editing, editing images, editing videos, recording videos. I use my computer for video editing and recording videos that I upload to my YouTube channel. If I rarely play games. If you look at my desktop, I don't have Steam or uh, any games that is installed right now in your computer. Now, let's say number one, if you're a gamer, okay, you can, let's say, install Steam in your Linux desktop, and it's very easy. It is in the software manager. Okay, so as you can see, let's say if you scroll down, there is a search box right here, and this is the reason why I am saying that. There you go, Steam's right there. I haven't typed anything yet. This is one of the reason why I mentioned that Linux Mint is for beginner. If I wanted to, because if I wanted to use a new software or a new operating system, it is at my age of 48 years old. I'm already 48 years old. Okay. My learning curve, or should I say, my temper or the my way of absorbing all the new information is not at the best or not that as good as when I was still younger. Okay. I'm not quite sure if you're the same as me, but in this case, well, learning new things at my age is a bit challenging on my end. Okay, now let's say even if you're 50 or 70 years old, but you play games, okay, you can install Steam, and this is the best part. I mean, this is the easy. You don't need to go through to run the terminal, just to simply install games on your computer or on Linux desktop. You can just let me just do this again, just for the sake of demonstration. I press the Windows key on my keyboard and automatically, by the way, this is not the default desktop. Okay, so this is the default Linux Mint desktop. It's on your screen right now. But you can change this to look like this or any theme that you would like to. How would you can change it to whatever however you like your desktop to look like. Okay, moving on. Let's just go one step at a time. So let's go to software manager. So like Apple, you have Apple software or Apple Store. Android, you have Google Play or your Google Store. See, you have Google. What do you call this? Yeah, Apple Store, Google Store, same. Now, in Linux Mint, you have software manager or software package manager, and this is where you can find most, if not all, of the software that you're using in your computer. Okay, so transferring to Linux, you may need to do some little due diligence, try searching for some, try to do some research on what are the alternatives. Or otherwise, you can also check if there is a Linux version of or Linux software that there's a Linux version or installer of your applications that you're using in your computer. Let's say example is the games. Okay, there are some games, not all games. There are some games that you may be able to run on Linux, but most, let's say if you use Steam, you're in luck because Steam can be easily installed here in Linux Mint. And when you type Steam, okay, let me just do this again. When you type Steam, it will show up the Steam all the application with the word Steam on it, like Steam, Steam devices, Steam Link. Okay, add Steam GTK. Okay, so you click on the first one, and then automatically it will give you minor details of the applications that you would like to install. You can check if this is the application that you're using. Okay, then you just simply click install, and automatic and just it will just simply ask for your password, super secret password, and then it will try and install the Steam software desktop or the Steam software in your Linux. By the way, Steam OS is Linux. Okay, so that's one point. Let's say you're a script writer or you usually use um, you usually type script or most of your life is working on let's say creating documents. Okay, well, unfortunately, there's no Microsoft Office for Linux yet. There's Microsoft Office for Mac, but there's no Microsoft Office for Linux. What Linux has is WPS. This is uh, this is one. Okay, so it's not yet available here, but let me just check if this is the one. Okay, so this is some of the cases. Let's say I wanted to install WPS. Let me just look for tool. No, this is not the one. Okay, let me just open up. Uh, Let me just open up my favorite browser and let's type WPS. And okay, so let's click on the website on their website. Okay, so WPS, in my opinion, is the nearest. almost the same as Microsoft Office Suite. Okay, and this is free. Okay, so if you go to the download page, and you do have the option to install this on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Okay, let's say if you're still if you don't want to ditch your Windows operating system or your Mac, and you don't want to pay, or you don't have, or your trial version of your Microsoft Office is already expired, you can download WPS Office. But this is just my one of my example. But Linux, like especially Linux Mint, comes with its own Office suite. I mean, it comes with the pre-installed Office suite. Okay, it's Libre Office. Okay, so this is, if you want to, let's go to their website. So this is Libre Office, and this actually is a free and open source, free and private office. Okay, so your private free office suite. Why do you have to pay? Well, there may be some features in Microsoft Office that I'm not aware of, or in Microsoft Office Suite that I'm not aware of, that you need to pay. Okay, but in this case, for as simple as creating a document, a Word file. Okay, you would call it a Word file. Simply download LibreOffice, or it's already installed or pre. You do have the during the installation process, you will be given an option to choose which option: Open Office and LibreOffice. Office. I chose LibreOffice because this is for me also, aside from WPS, and just to tell WPS, my understanding is a software developed in China. Okay, so LibreOffice. Tried to install. I installed LibreOffice here in my computer, and this is what LibreOffice looks like. So let's say if you're using Microsoft Word, LibreOffice Writer, and this is the one that is here. So there you go, and it will also give you a tip on how to use LibreOffice, that you can create an editable hybrid PDFs with LibreOffice. See, you can edit PDF. So there's another tip. If you want to click on it, that you can explore the 10 different functions in the stats. So every time that you open LibreOffice, it will give you um, tip on how to use it. But it is most likely, based on my experience, I have been using this for quite some time, and it works almost the same as Microsoft Office or Microsoft Word. Okay, there may be some setup that Microsoft Office have, that when someone send you a document from coming from Word with the docx extension files, and you try to open it here, there may be some changes. So I'm not quite sure. But if you wanted to simply, let's say, type script, quick brown fox, or any simple simple Word file over the lazy dog, you can use you can use Open Office. Even if you're using Windows or Mac, you can download LibreOffice. Okay, so you can close this one. Do I want to save this? Okay, let's. I want to cancel. I don't want to save this. Okay, moving on. So here, so I've already installed. Let's say if you're using Discord, you can also find this in Linux software. Let's say if you wanted to view all the software that it is installed in, or that you can install free on your computer, you can just go here. Let's say you wanted to see what are your options for all sound and video. Okay, like LMMS. This is software, same almost the same as GarageBand, but this is free and open source. Okay, and what else? So let me just check on the description. Okay, so it says here LMMS aims to be a free alternative to popular but commercial and closed source program like Fruity Loops, Cubase, and Logic, especially those in Mac, giving you the ability of producing music with your computer by creating cool loops, synthesizing and mixing sounds, arranging sample, having more fun with your MIDI, correct me if I'm wrong, keyboard, and much more. So this is what do you call it? DAW. Do you call it DAW? DAW. Wait, not this is the music. I forgot. Digital audio workstation. Okay. Whew. See, it's the reason why. Let's say if you're getting older, there will be some challenges, and let's say if you're really busy. Okay, so this is a free and open source digital audio workstation. You can actually see there are some. You can there's a drums. Uh-huh. So hi-hat kicks calls. See, it's you can. This is free and open for you to download. No need to pay anything. What else? So Kazam is, I understand this is a screen recorder. So you can simply have a look at it and try to check what the function is. What else? What do we have here? So the well, oh, of course, Mac Linux also has its own games. So this is Hedge Wars. Okay, if you're not familiar, if you wanted to see, let's say, if you wanted to check what Hedge Wars looks like, well, you can always check YouTube and type Hedge Wars. But I don't want to be copyrighted here. But Hedge Wars, so you can have you can see how the hedge wars work, okay, or what hedge wars looks like i- if you're going to try and install it in your Linux desktop. So it looks very promising, but in my case I'm not going to install it here. Okay, and then what else do we have here? Tax math. This is for your child. Let's say if this is a game for your child that's really struggling in math. Okay, tax math, say it should have been in created when I was young. I'm not very good in math. Okay, what else? Yeah, games. These are the games that you can install free and open source, free, really in your desktop, in your Linux Mint, in your Linux desktop. This is my favorite, Super Tux Kart. This is like a Mario Kart, but the driver is Tux. Okay, you can see this is the guy. So Linux has also games that you can run and enjoy. What else? Let's go to Office. For those of you who you're planning to use to ditch Windows and replace Linux operating system in your to use Linux in your office. Okay, there are applications here that you can use. It's free and open source. You can download. So this is Kate. This is for KDE. Um, if you're a programmer, I understand you use that. I'm not a programmer. Okay. Vim Text Studio. What else do we have here? Okay, so there are a lot of applications that you can install. What else do we have here? Graphics. Let's see. You have My Paint, Rapid Photo Download. Wow. And also there is this application. Let's say if you wanted to download a high resolution YouTube video, and it's called Parabolic. This is not. This is not a. This is not a. What do you call this? This is not a sponsored video, but Parabolic. Let's see. This is free and this is free for you to download and install. Let's say if you wanted to download 4K videos, it's so easy. Okay. What else do we have here? Let's close. Let me just X this. So going through, you go through software managers like browsing Apple Apple Play the Apple Play Store. Okay, so this is the same as Apple Play Store. If you're into digital drawing, digital painting, Krita, you have Krita. My daughter is using Krita in her desktop. Okay, so this also works smoothly without any problem in Linux operating system, especially Linux Mint. So it's as easy as and click and install, even uninstalling software. If you have it installed, let's say I have Discord, I have installed this, although I don't have Discord account yet, and I have not. I had it uninstalled. Okay, so I uninstalled it. So let's say Blender. Blender is right. Discord is right here. Oh wait. Let me just check. So yep, Discord. And why is asking me to install? Very promising, but yeah, this is flat pack. But let's say I have this installed, or I can uninstall it easily. Okay, what else do I have? That let me just show you. VLC. Okay, so you will notice that if there is a green check on the right hand corner of this app, it means this is installed in your computer. Okay, yeah, this is a system package. So I can just simply click on here, and so I can remove the application very easily. Okay, same as the uninstaller part in Windows, but not the same as in Mac that you simply drag it to the trash. But here, just simply click on it and it will remove. So the graphical user interface is a deal breaker in my opinion, for those who would like to transfer to Linux. Okay, for those who came from, especially from Windows. Okay, what else do we need to consider? Let's say if you would like to transfer to Linux, or what else? So we have already tackled the installation process. So I've already tackled the installation process, the uninstalling of software. Or what else? What else do you think that you would like to discuss and check? Creating documents is easy. Uh, Creating, let's say, editing. Well, there are some cases like what you have seen in this video. There's no Microsoft Office. If you're a power user, let's say you're using Adobe software, there's no Adobe software available here. If you're using, if you're using, what do you call this? The what I have here to edit video, to edit my image is to use GIMP. This is the GNU image manipulation program, and this is the latest version. Okay, so this is 2.10, 2.10, and this is what I use to edit my pictures or my thumbnails. But there are times that I use Canva. Okay, so I use Canva, the online version of Canva, so I can edit it anywhere, even in my mobile phone. What else? Notepad. I have Notepad. Let's say if you wanted um, to download and to download the video, but you would like to convert it into a smaller size video so you can use it in your mobile phone. There is Handbrake. For this is just one. This is a deal breaker for me. Okay, this is another deal breaker for me. Um, Video editing. If you're editing video, let's say if you're just a simple, if you're just your video editing is as simple as jump cut or transition, you can use Caden Live. Okay, you can use Caden Live. This is one of the best video editing aside from the reason why I mentioned this is the best. Okay, let me just point this one out. Okay, one of the reason why I mentioned this is the best because I tried installing DaVinci Resolve here in my computer. Okay, if you're using NVIDIA GPU or AMD GPU just like mine, you will encounter problem. with DaVinci Resolve. There may be cases that you may still need to convert the files to what is readable by readable by DaVinci Resolve. But in this case, Caden Live, if you're just simply trying to cut and jump cut or transition or make a gaming um, video that you wanted to upload to your TikTok account or YouTube channel, Caden Live is the best choice. Why? Okay, because number one, Caden Live is available for you to what? Wait, is available for you. It's very easy for you to down install and uninstall in your Linux desktop and system. So Caden Live right here. So okay, like earlier I tried to search for Discord and did not show up on my screen. Now same here. You can see Caden Live. This is non-linear video editor, and don't expect that this is a linear video editor. No, this is not. But as you can see, this one, let me just open this one for you so you can see the difference. This says system package, meaning, my understanding, correct me again if I'm wrong, for those of you who's watching that knows more than me, just a newbie, okay? So this is using the Debian package system, okay? The other one, okay, although you do have an option to choose Flatpak or uh, Flatpak or Debian version. But in this case, okay, so we will be given C. It says installed, and see this is already installed. If you will wait a moment, yep, click on that. So just give it a few seconds. If you saw it earlier, it shows that there is remove here. Okay, so it's struggling. Sorry. There you go. So it's I do have the option to launch because this is already installed in my system. Okay, so let's say if you're just simply your video editing, you just wanted to new to video editing, you can use this. And the reason why I'm mentioning that this is one of the best because you can simply just click and install, click and remove Caden Live in your system without any headache. Unlike the Vinci Resolve, yeah, this is a very nice. By the way, I'm a huge fan of DaVinci Resolve. Okay, I have it in my desktop. Okay, but the thing is, my Windows actually, and my Mac OS. But the problem with DaVinci Resolve, there is a lot of process or things that you need to do in order for you to install it properly. Okay, you may notice. Let's say, oh, DaVinci has a Windows, it's Linux software on it. Okay, let's click on the free of it. There is a Linux version. Yeah, that's right. But the Linux version is only runs on Rocky Linux. This is a different Linux distribution. Okay, so it's a different version. I haven't tested it yet. I don't want to say any comment yet with in terms of Rocky Linux. I'm using Linux Mint right now, and I have no plans of switching to Rocky Linux yet. So um and there are you can actually, yeah, you can install DaVinci Resolve in Linux, but you need to go through a lot of process. Okay, so if you're like me, I don't want to go through the whole process of running commands in terminal. Yeah, I enjoyed typing and seeing the results of let's say what's going on in the terminal, um, like this one, okay? So I can see what's going on. But when I am trying to install something in my computer, in my Linux desktop, that let's say I was trying to install a piece of software in my Linux desktop and it's not available in software package manager, I have doubt in running those commands that I will type here in terminal, because terminal is a very powerful software, piece of software that you have here in your computer, in especially in Linux world. Okay, so um so if you're what do you call this, if you're a video, if you're a content creator, and you just simply cut and paste, and then put a just put some writings or titles, Caden Live is the best options for you. This is just my opinion. So what else do you most of you guys do in your computer? What else? Because this is just what I do. This is only the things that I do here in my computer. I don't do anything hardcore in my computer, except just this. Okay. So I guess that's it. Okay. So there you have it. I guess that's it. If you can. Oh, by the way, I haven't tackled haven't tackled yet device, hardware compatibility in the Linux operating system, the Linux operating system, especially Linux Mint. If the hardware that you're using right now is, let's say, 10 years older than you, okay, or or it's most probably there is a 90%, I should say, let me just put it a little bit higher, 95%, that there is it is supported in Linux operating system. Here in my computer, I just download the ISO, the Linux Mint ISO, plug it to my computer, install it, and I don't need to install any driver for it to detect all the hardwares that I have. My Rapu C280 camera, my wireless, what it was, my wireless mic, all the dongles that I have connected at the back of my computer. Everything is working out of the box. Just in case, say just in case, at one point in the, you plug something in your computer, it doesn't work. All you have to do is just go to the start button, and then just type driver manager, click on it, and this will try to uh, look for the best driver, or the latest driver that is available on the internet for your device. Okay, so see, this has already been updated. Even my USB dongle. Okay, oh no, my this my yeah, my USB. So in order for this to detect my Echo Dot right here. So my Alexa, what time is it? Didn't hear me. Alexa, what time is it? The time is 11:16 a.m. Okay, so it is it I can it detected the USB dongle that I have here in my screen, in my computer, and most, if not all, of the hardware that is, let's say, 5 years older than the one that you're using right now, 3 years older, most probably than not, it is supported, or um, Linux has the driver for it in order for it to work properly. Okay, so there you have it. So I think I have um, tackled almost everything. If you have still something that you think that you would like to try, or you're skeptic about using Linux, and there's this piece of software that you would like to use, if it's available in Linux, or let's say if you would like, you you have not um, find anything that is equivalent of the software that you're trying to use, that you're using in your Windows computer, and you would like to find out, there's this alternative for Linux. Give a message down at the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to answer to the best of my ability. Okay, so there you have it. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, perhaps um, I'll be most of my content right now, most of my content with my future, maybe more on using the Linux operating system because I I think Linux is ready for the desktop or ready for for everyone who uses Windows. So I'll be focusing um, more on creating a Linux content. Okay, but in any case, there may be once in a while some changes or some um, like there's one device that I bought recently, and I am very happy, or I was so overwhelmed when I received it. And maybe next time I'm going to try and video and create a review about it. Okay, so there you have it. See you all in my next video.